Shalom and welcome everyone to our service this afternoon. Happy Passover week for those of you who are celebrating the Passover. I'm here to talk to you about the Torah portion of this week, and the Torah portion this week is actually taken from Leviticus chapter 9 to chapter 11. It's just 3 chapters, but there are a few things in there that I wanted to point out that we can actually glean some lessons from. One of the things I wanted to mention in this Torah portion is about overcoming and learning from our mistakes. We see this in the life of Aaron as he was given the task to actually officiate in the tabernacle as the high priest. And he was a bit reluctant to actually perform the sacrifices at the beginning because, you know, what happened to his sons, speaking about the last Torah portion, and also because of his mistake in the previous time at the golden calf, the sin of the golden calf. And I can see that when you make a mistake, how reluctant we can be sometimes to move forward in things of God, because we oftentimes disqualify ourselves and feel that God has also disqualified us. And Aaron showed us that, you know, even though we make mistakes and our past mistakes, and sometimes that actually hinders us, we need to move forward in the things of God, especially when God has called us, because God doesn't hold these things against us and we shouldn't hold against ourselves. It also talks about death and grief and consolation. You think about the fact that Aaron lost his 2 sons in this whole situation about the sacrifices and so forth. And at the very time that it's happened, he didn't have the time to stop and grieve. It said in the Bible that he said nothing. He was silent. And we always speculate, why did Aaron say nothing? He just lost 2 of his sons, yet he said nothing. But we have to think about this. He was representing God to the people at this point in time. And God had him doing a specific job. And the people, actually, God wanted to inaugurate the people's dedication to him with the tabernacle. And at that point in time was not the time for Aaron to stop and to grieve. It was a time for him to continue on in the work of the ministry that God had called him to. And there's a time and a season for everything. It teaches us also that, you know, there's a time to grieve, and God gives us that time to grieve. And what we say to people during that time is also very important. You know, how we try to console them. Because the things that he heard from his brother Moses may not sound like it was something consoling, but it's exactly what he needed to hear in order to go on with the things of God, even though he was suffering from a very difficult loss. We see again here also the role of the elders in this situation and the importance of elders in a community. As Moses was inaugurating Aaron as the high priest, he invited all the elders of the community to come and to be a part of that. And their job was to be seen by the other people in the congregation as supporting Aaron and supporting God's choice. Aaron was actually God's choice, and in case there was any discrepancy about that, the elders can testify that truly Aaron was definitely God's choice. And when the people saw that the elders also supported what Moses was doing and that they supported Aaron as God's choice, the people got on board with that. And it teaches us that we as people in the congregations need to support our leaders, our elders need to support our leaders, and we need to actually show the people that we are unified in one goal moving forward in the things of God. This is quite important for us to see the elders' role in inaugurating Aaron in this situation as God's choice. And lastly, we see about the kosher laws, and we are introduced to the kosher laws in the Bible here, things that we should eat and things we should not eat. And there's a lot of speculation about why kosher, why were these things necessary? Was it because of dietary laws? Was it because of hygiene? We have many speculations as to why, but actually the kosher laws are actually tied into the holiness of God, because God is holy. And God asks us to do it because He is holy. So when we eat, and the things we eat even put into our bodies, that act alone by itself is actually an act of holiness unto God, the way we eat and what we eat. And when we think of all the reasons why there's a kosher laws, we can think of many reasons. But the main reason the Bible gives is the fact that God said He is sanctified when we eat kosher, and that He is holy and we ought to be holy. So the holiness of God is tied into the kosher laws. And this is the main reason why we actually need to eat and deal with kosher laws. So I hope that all these things make slight sense to you. If you want to get more in depth with what we teach in the Torah portions, it's important that you join the Torah study at 3:30 before the services on a Saturday, so that we can dig deeper and you can ask questions and we can talk even more further into the Torah portion. So enjoy your Passover and Shabbat Shalom to everyone.